Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, einen schönen guten Morgen nach Österreich. Mein Name ist Robert Luck, ich bin der Wirtschaftsdelegierte am Außenwirtschaftscenter New Delhi. Danke, dass Sie Zeit gefunden haben zu unserem Webinar über die lebensmittelverarbeitende Industrie in Indien. Eine aufstrebende Branche, weil Indien seine industrielle Basis generell modernisieren will und die Importe substituieren will. Und die Lebensmittelindustrie spielt hier zweifellos eine Schlüsselrolle und da tun sich sehr, sehr viele gute Chancen aus. Nachdem der Großteil unserer Vortragenden oder eigentlich alle unsere Vortragenden außer mir englischsprachig sind, erlauben Sie mir jetzt ins Englische zu wechseln. Ladies and gentlemen, as indicated, I switch now to English, and I would like to talk a little bit about our activities as Austrian Trade Commission here in India. We have 3 offices with the head office in New Delhi and branch offices in Mumbai and Bangalore. Apart from that, for those who are interested also in doing business in other countries, we are in charge also for Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, and Bhutan, where we have our consultants who help us, and that means you, in your business endeavors. Altogether, there are around 700 Austrian companies doing presently business in India on a regular basis, and fortunately we have already 150 Austrian subsidiaries here in India, and the number is growing. Quite lately, we had a few new companies from Austria starting their operations in India with their own subsidiaries. India is the 5th largest economy in the world, as you might know, but when you look at our export figures, India ranks only as our 28th most important trading partner. So you can see alone from this perspective, the potential of doing business in India is by far not exhausted. You can find us, of course, on our website, wko.at/Außenwirtschaft/India, and also we're present as well on the YouTube channels. You can see the address here on the chart. And this is also the channel where you will see the recording of this webinar. So for all of those among maybe colleagues of yours who were not able to follow this webinar live, they have a chance to see it on YouTube, and of course we will send you the link. Now, perhaps just a few words about our today's agenda. We will start with my colleague Ravi Shankar, our specialist for the food processing industry, who will give you an overview over the food processing industry here in India. And then we switch to Invest in India. Invest of India is the location promotion agency for India, and they have 2 outstanding experts there who will give you their point of view on why to do business in the food processing industry and perhaps even invest in India in this sector. Mr. Dharani Puganti and Ms. Sanya Talva are with us today. And then we would like to go to the practical level, so to say, in this industry. We have already a few Austrian companies in the food processing industry who are doing business here. One of them is the Austrian company Acras from Lower Austria. They have been around in India for quite some time already, over years. And I'm very happy that Mr. Bhaskaran Parmeshwaran, the CEO of Acras India, is here with us today, and he will give you an insight about his experiences so far as an Austrian company in doing business in India, and also tell you especially about a little bit perhaps about his products. You might know Acras is world known for its flavors it's supplying to the industry. Then, of course, last but not least, there is plenty of opportunity to pose questions. I would like to mention also at this point for those of you who don't like to pose, who do not like to pose their questions in public, please, you can contact us after the webinar, of course, also if for individual questions you might have. With this, I would like, with any further ado, I would like to give the word to Mr. Ravi Shankar to start with his presentation. Please, Ravi. Thank you.
Hello, friends. Yes. What is food processing? Food processing includes the process under which any raw product of agriculture, dairy, animal husbandry, meat, poultry, or fishing is transformed through a process involving employees, power, machines, or money in such a way that its original physical properties undergo a change and the transformed product has a commercial value and it's suitable for human and animal consumption. It also includes the process of value addition to produce products through methods such as preservation addition of food additives, drying, with the view to preserve food substances in effective manner and enhance their shelf life and quality. The Indian food industry is poised for a huge growth, increasing its contribution to the world food trade every year. In India, the food sector has emerged as a high growth and a high profit sector due to its immense potential for value addition. The Government of India, through the Ministry of Food Processing Industry, is making all efforts to encourage investments in business. It has approved proposals for joint ventures, foreign collaboration, industrial licenses, and 100% export-oriented units. The significance of this industry. The food processing industry is of enormous significance as it provides vital linkages and synergies that it promotes between the two pillars of economy, that is agriculture and industry. Employment generation, increase of farmers' income, reduce food wastage, boost trade and earns foreign exchange, curbing migration, enhances the quality and taste of food, thereby bringing more choices in the food basket, also from other parts of the world to us and vice versa. Status of the food processing in India. India is the world's second largest producer of fruits and vegetables after China, but hardly 2% of the produce is processed. In spite of large production base, the level of processing is low. Approximately 2% of the fruits and vegetables, 8% of marine, 35% milk, 6% poultry are processed. This is due to the lack of adequate processable varieties continues to pose a significant challenge to this sector. The Indian livestock population is the largest in the world with 50% of the world's buffalo and 20% of cattle. But only about 1% of the total meat production is converted into a value-added product. And also to say, more of the 75% of the industry is in an unorganized sector. Processing can be delineated into primary and secondary process. Rice, sugar, edible oil, flour mills and are examples of primary processing. Secondary processing includes processing of fruits, vegetables, dairy, bakery, chocolates, and other items. Most processing items in India can be classified as a primary processing, which has lower value addition compared to secondary processing. There is need to move up the value chain in processed food products to boost farmers' income. For instance, horticulture products such as fruits and vegetables carry the potential for higher value addition when compared to cereal crops. At present, India's agriculture exports predominantly consists of raw materials, which are then processed in other countries, again indicating the space to move up the value chain. The reasons for this slow growth in India is because of the high packaging costs that pushes up the cost of processed items, and Indians traditionally prefer fresh foods that they are cooked rather than use preserved food. There is also a national character of food habits that keeps changing from region to region. However, the scenario is changing now, especially fast food acquiring a national character. Also, some foods, traditional foods like idli, dosa, some Punjabi foods like chole, aloo matar, some Chinese foods, and now the Western foods like burger, pizza are fast gaining national popularity. Transport, both road and railways and communication need to be further developed. More reliable cold chains are required, which are necessary for temperature sensitive foods like fruits and vegetables, ice creams. Modernization is the need of the hour. Supermarkets are there, but not that popular, although a few of them are really making their appearances. As you see, the government has been very active. It has been the endeavor of the government to promote food processing industry in the country to reduce food wastage of food wastage and minimal post-harvest losses. With the above in view, the Ministry of Food Processing Industries is implementing a Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana. The objective of this scheme, this yojana, is to supplement agriculture, modernize processing, and decrease agri-waste. It is an umbrella scheme incorporating the ongoing schemes. Under this particular scheme, what I implemented are development of mega food parks, integrated cold chains, value additions and preservation infrastructure, creation, expansion of food processing, preservation capacities, infrastructure of processing, agro-processing clusters, food safety, quality assurances, and human resources and institutions. There is also foreign direct investment up to 100% under the automatic route, and especially in the food processing industry. The way forward today the food processing has numerous advantages which are specific to the Indian context. It has a capacity to lift millions out of poverty and malnutrition. The need of the hour is to develop the industry to international standards in a way keeping the mind the interest of small scale industries as well as attracting big domestic and foreign investments. Dear friends, please, we would like you to be here in India and make benefit of this best possible way. Thank you. Now I would like to forward the mic to Mr. Dharani. He's from India Invest and he would like to say a few words. Please. Thank you, Dharani.
Yeah. Thank you, Ravi.
Thanks.
A very good morning, everyone. My name is Dharnikant and I'm representing Invest India, where I lead the agriculture and fisheries teams. Just to give you an overview, Invest India is the national investment promotion and facilitation agency of Government of India, and our mandate is to facilitate investments into the country. We operate under the aegis of Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and serve as the preferred destination of reference for investors who are considering a location, industry, or partner in India. Our team of domain and functional experts provide sector and state-specific inputs and hand-holding support to investors through the entire investment cycle, from pre-investment to decision-making, to aftercare and even grievance redressal. Additionally, all facilitation and hand-holding support to investors under the Make in India program is being provided by Invest India. It's also worth mentioning that all the services that are provided by Invest India are pro bono. And just to highlight this, just this Monday, we were recently awarded by UN as the best investment promotion agency by UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. With this introduction, I would like to call upon my colleague, Sania, to give you a presentation about the food processing industry and the opportunities that are available over here. Over to you, Sania.
Thank you, Dharni. Thank you, Ravi, for giving us this opportunity. I would like to start by giving an overview of the Indian food processing sector at India. My name is Sanya Talwar. I am a part of the food processing team at Invest India. So India's food ecosystem offers huge opportunities for investment in the sector with favorable economic policies as well as attractive fiscal incentives. It also plays a very important role in linking Indian farmers to consumers in the domestic as well as in the international markets. We have 127 agroclimatic zones, and it is worth mentioning that India ranks first in terms of production of milk, livestock, millets. We rank second in terms of production of fish, rice, wheat, cereals, fruits, and vegetables. India not only has the advantage in terms of being a huge sourcing hub for the agricultural produce, but also we have a large and growing market for the food and beverages. In terms of ready infrastructure, we have a total of 38 mega food parks across the country, out of which 20 are fully operational. In addition to these, we have approximately 8,000 cold storage facilities present in India. Despite the vast availability of raw materials and ready-made infrastructure, the level of processing right now is low, thus creating a lot of potential for the Austrian food companies to come and explore India. The sector also offers a large amount of ancillary opportunities in technology, equipment, the R&D, skill development, and a lot of machinery as well as packaging material to India. India's strong domestic market coupled with the supply side advantages and India being the export hub are the main drivers of the food processing sector. Now, I would like to delve deep into the subsectoral opportunities that we have. Starting with the cold chain, there are currently 308 MOFPI assisted cold chain facilities in India, with approximately 8,000 cold storage facilities, which have a capacity of 37 metric million tons. 75% of the cold storage that is used are for the horticulture crops, including potato. More than 63% of the cold storage facilities are in states like Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and West Bengal. There are many opportunities which exist in terms of the efficient technology for cold chain logistics. We have the energy efficient storage technology, the farm level storage solutions, modern hack housing, ripening facilities, cold distribution hubs, etc. So India is the second largest producer of fish. The key export items include frozen shrimp, which contains about 39% of the entire population, with frozen fish as 27%, which also accounts for a big share. Recently, the government has announced the Blue Revolution scheme, which is the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. The basic objective is to increase the overall fish production in a very sustainable manner. We promote the ornamental fish farming, which is there, the modernizing of fisheries with focus on the new technologies. We also have opportunities in this sector which exist in terms of the infrastructural development for fishing harbors, the landing sectors, the cold chain logistics, value addition and product development for items such as ready to cook, ready to eat, the canned frozen goods, etc. We also have the seaweed processing and exports of processed and value-added products as a key essential factor in the fisheries sector. With poultry and meat, we also rank as the second largest poultry market in the world. We have a total meat production which stands around 8 million tons, and it is expected to grow by 25% volume in the next quarter. We're also the largest producer of carib beef, or as we call it, the buffalo meat. We're also the second largest producer of the goat meat in India. We have a largest egg producing market, which is about 100 billion in India. The major nations that we export to are Oman, Saudi Arabia, Japan, the Vietnam Social Republic, Maldives, and the South Asian nations. The export of meat and meat products is generally to Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, and Kuwait. A lot of upcoming opportunities are there in this sector. The new technology is mostly under the meat and the poultry processing. We also have a high export potential when it comes to egg powder plants. A lot of value-added products with frozen chilled products, ready to eat, ready to cook, the Indian ethnic product snacks, etc. We also have the coming up of modern abattoirs and modern machinery. And a lot of RFID and meat traceability models are upcoming in India. With fruits and vegetables, we rank the second largest. It is one of the key hub markets that India has. We already account for nearly 15% of the world's total fruits and vegetables. We are also the leading producer of fruits and vegetables such as ginger, okra, potatoes, bananas, amongst the largest of I think the fourth largest producer when it comes to citrus fruits. India's largest producer, consumer, and exporter of spices and the spices products. We have a lot of upcoming opportunities in this sector, such as the new technology to reduce the wastage levels that can be explored. We also have upcoming infrastructural development, for example, the packaging technology, setting up infrastructure in terms of cold chain, processing infrastructure, R&D for processed food and packaging. We also have innovative farm preservation systems that can be explored. We also have the key players listed down here, which are Dabur, Coca-Cola, ITC, PepsiCo, Safal, and we are we nearly account for 15% of the world's total production. We've already covered dairy, but giving again a brief overview, the production levels account to 21% of the world total production. Dairy is an extremely important industry for India. We have a growth rate which is about 19%. The sales which reaching up to $81.5 billion by 2023. For the new opportunities which are coming in the dairy sector are definitely in the cold chain infrastructure, the high pressure technology when it comes to the bulk milk coolers, cattle field and veterinary technology also constitutes a very, very important part in dairy. Right now, we're the largest producer of milk with the production of about 180 metric tons. We're also moving to a market which is focused on the nutraceuticals, the yogurt-based beverages, slim milk, A2 milk, etc. India is also an upcoming market to the lactose-free dairy products. The new upcoming market which is there for the opportunities point of view is definitely the cheese, the smoothie, the value-added products, flavored milk, custard, and yogurt. Players like Amul, Britannia, Lactalis, Savencia, Nestle, Syrup, Sinnerling have already placed their plants in India and are actually one of the biggest players that we have here. Now we talk about the policy initiatives that are there in India. Ravi has already based a little bit on the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, but giving an overview, the government of India through the Ministry of Food Processing Industries is taking all the necessary steps to boost private investment in the food processing sector. As already mentioned, we do have 100% FDI through the automatic route for food processing. We also have a special fund of $270 million under NABARD for food parks and units. We also have income tax deduction for all the food processing units that are provided here. In one of the recent announcements for the government of India, we announced a formulation of the micro food processing scheme, which has an outlay of about 1.4 billion USD for the unorganized sector. The other key schemes which are there in MOFPI are the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, which is an extremely comprehensive package which results in the modern infrastructure with efficient supply chain from gate to the retail outlet. The basic objective of the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana is to supplement agriculture, modernize all the processing, decrease the agri-waste. The various components or the subsectors which are present in the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana are the mega food parks, the integrated cold chain and value addition infrastructure. We also have the creation or the expansion of food processing and preservation capacities. We also have infrastructure for the agro-processing clusters, operation greens, human resources and institutions. To boost the entire economy and to showcase business-friendly environment in India, the government of India, in its package of Atmanirbhar Bharat, the economic stimulus 3.0, we came up with an approved setting of an empowered group of secretaries and a project development cell. What basically happens in the EGOS and the PDC committee is that all the ministries, departments, the cabinet secretaries, and the highest nodal officers are present to clear out any of the bottlenecks that the foreign investments or the private players are facing in India, and to support and attract any foreign investments from their side. So the empowered group of secretaries will be focusing on bringing synergies, ensuring timely clearances and products from projects from different ministries and departments. We'll also be fast tracking and ushering policy stability and consistency in the overall investment environment. PDCs focus directly on hand-holding the investors with development of investable projects, fast tracking and grounding of targeted investments in coordination with the central as well as the state government. The Ministry of Food Processing Industries has set up a dedicated investment facilitation cell with Invest India to facilitate all the investment interests received in the food processing sector. The cell handholds investors throughout the investment phases in a very structured manner by providing relevant sectoral and subsectoral information. We also assist with the regulatory requirements, location assessment, applicable policies and schemes. And I would just like to conclude by saying that Invest India, along with Ministry of Food Processing Industries, are very much committed and looking forward for Austrian food companies to come and explore India. And if there are any issues that you face in the entire process, then the Invest India team as well as the ministry are here to definitely support you. Thank you.
Good morning, dear friends. Happy to meet you all in the virtual forum. Across, it's my company name. Let there be taste. It's our slogan. We wanted to delight the taste buds of India, hence we are here. Across, we are into manufacturing of flavors, beverage bases, beverage compounds. It's a family-run company. We have started 80 years ago in Vienna, Austria. Right now, we have two production facilities. One is at near Vienna, Austria. Second one is in India. We have, apart from these two production facilities, there are more than 50-55 sales partners and sales offices across the world. In 1938, Mr. Anton Krasny founded a trading firm near Vienna. He was into trading of many food ingredients. Later, he started his beverage base manufacturing and also beverage compounds. Then he understood the importance of flavors in the beverage bases. He started to manufacturing of flavors too. In 2012, we have started our operations in India, and then we are expanding further. Yeah, being a joint venture partner of this company, I wanted to discuss about my profile. Basically, I'm a flavorist. I mean a technocrat, come entrepreneur, having 25 years of experience in food and allied food ingredients field. I was in Vienna, Austria, worked as a flavorist with the same company across flavors. Then I like to come back to India to start on my own. Then I had a discussion with my chairman. Then he said, why to start on your own? Let us together. Then the joint venture company of across flavor India born. I moved back to India and 2012 we started our manufacturing facility. Right now we are supporting many food processing industries in Asia and African countries with innovative concepts. I like to discuss with you about across India journey, how it is evolved, then how we are progressing in India. Sorry, in 2001, I started a firm in India when I was living in India itself, but I was not able to succeed much. So I moved back to Austria and started working as a flavorist. In 2012, again, I come back to India to start this company, as I said earlier. The earlier failure made me to understand the business dynamics in India. Earlier, it was a partnership firm. We were not able to reach many people because it's a small firm. We don't have much brand value. Now I come back in 2012 as a multinational company in India, because in India, in food processing sector, multinational companies are respected more than Indian companies. So this helped me a lot. But I don't want to waste the finance. I wanted to handle finance very carefully, because earlier failure made me to understand complete dynamics in India. So what we decided, we started to invest very meager amount of 20,000 euro. That's it, 20,000 euro. Then we invested near about 200,000 euro for the span of 18 months. So it helped us to control the finance inflow. And also what we did, we have not hired anybody. I was the only one for all kinds of work. We started our commercial outsourcing only. Whatever required for bookkeeping and other office related work, we outsource people. Technical completely handled by me, marketing completely handled by me. So that no, we cut down the initial burden. It helped us to grow further. Manpower, one man for all work. Initially, I was the only one person sourcing all the raw material. I was the one blending the flavors and packing it, couriering it. The logistics service also handled by me, and also the marketing. Being a flavorist, it's a techno-commercial marketing is very important. That helped me a lot. So we have cut down the cost drastically. It helped every aspect, every year it helped. So we were depending on Austria only for near about 18 months, not more than that. Apart from that, we started living on our own with our own funds. A second thing, on the marketing front, what I did, we carefully picked the customers. We are not going everywhere, because I was the only one. And also we have chosen only the small medium enterprises, not the corporate clients. In the food processing industry, corporates, we have to work with them on project front. So project takes more than 3 to 4 years. So we may not get enough funds for our survival. So we focused more on medium and small industries, where we have the direct connect with the owners. Most of them are family run companies. So this will help us to get a quick business. So we identified certain sectors: confectionery, bakery, and beverages. These three segments are completely dominated by medium and small industries. Apart from that, only major corporate players. So this connect, and also they lack in technology. We have gone to them with the innovative concept. We developed them. We have got a quick business, so that it helped us to survive in this segment. Right now, after 7-year, this is our 8th year. We have 60 families with us. 60 families means 60 employees, and we have 1.5 hectare new facility. We have 600 square meter new factory that will be operational by January 21. We are completely debt-free company. We don't have any bank loans. We don't have any ODs, nothing. And also we are exporting to Africa, Bangladesh, Middle East, and Sri Lanka. See, coming back to our Indian business climate, what my personal experience, and also I wanted to share with you. Right now, the Indian business climate is very good. India has a lot of fruits and vegetable base, but we are not utilizing that much. Our friends also earlier shared. This is due to lack of cold storage and knowledge on preservation of perishable goods. This can be converted as many value-added product. That is the reason Government of India is focusing on a lot of food parks, and also focusing on regional agro businesses. There are new age farmers. There are many youngsters are coming into the market, farming sector. They are also encouraging organic farming. This will be a future support for many food processing industry. and also on renewable energy. On the advantage India side, can I next slide please? Yeah, I wanted to talk about more on advantage India. What will be the benefits when we are in India to start something? India is the second largest arable land in the world with 46 soil types and 20 agri-climatic conditions. This will help us to produce many agricultural products. This is the feed for many food processing industries. And also food and beverage market is very, very big. It grows by double digit. We have very big packaged food market also. It has double digit growth. See, I wanted to explain in another way. Let us take an example of a woman, maybe a housewife or a working woman. 20 years ago, she used to spend at least 10 hours in the kitchen to produce meal for their family for 3 times. Now it is gradually coming down to 5 hours approximately per day. How that is possible? It's because of the packed goods slowly penetrating into the kitchen. The fridge size from 180 liters to now it is growing, and it is becoming 450 liters. There are so many instant cooks, frozen items are getting into the kitchen. It means there is a growth for food processing industries. There are so many food processing industries are coming with new concept. So earlier, for the 10 hours working in kitchen, every housewife used to produce their own masalas. They take all the spices or the vegetables, grind it, make a fresh masalas to make curries for their family. Now, slowly the packed goods are coming into the segment. This reduced the time for preparing the fresh ground masalas, whereas they started using masala powders or masala paste or some other food instant items. There are so many other instant food products also coming into this segment. There are frozen fruits. This gives more huge opportunity for food processing industry. There is a boom in food processing sector. Lot of Western concept also slowly penetrating in India. In India, there are very few big corporates or many small and medium industries are available. It's an opportunity for newcomers like you. These small and medium industries are less in technology or money power, but their reach is very high. I mean, region wise, we can make use of this gap and start a venture in India. Now, India is looking for a manufacturing unit rather than traders. So, plan for a manufacturing unit or a semi-manufacturing unit or an assembling unit. What I mean to say here is, for an example, if you are a food processing machinery manufacturer, you don't need to import many items. We can fabricate vessels here, pipes, and electrical accessories, which is required for that particular machine. So we need to bring only the heart of the machine or certain important parts of the machine. Remaining items can be assembled here. This will reduce the cost of manufacturing in India, and also you can compete against Chinese products. Just I wanted to produce another model which might be interesting for food processing industries. Earlier we talked about food processing machinery industry. Now I am going to talk about food processing industry. Let us think about agri-centric industrial food park. I just wanted to discuss with you in a different manner. There are a lot of crisscross movement of goods happens in India, and we spend lot on freight and also our valuable time. To avoid this, let us take an example of sugarcane growing area. This sugarcane growing area, we can set up cluster of ancillary food processing units where sugar is the major ingredient. First is sugar industry. Second is the beverage industry. If you keep beverage industry very next to the sugar industry, you don't need to use crystallized sugar. Rather, you can use prior to crystallizing of the sugar, you can use a sugarcane juice. This will cut down the cost of sugar to the next step, so that we'll be more competitive in the market. And instant beverages, Tang like products, there are Rasna like products. There are so many instant beverage markets are very big here, where the formulation contains more than 80 to 90% of sugar. If you set up a value added company very next to the sugar industry, you will be logistically we're reducing the cost, and also will be more competitive in the market. Then molasses and other related product. From the byproduct of molasses, we can produce caramel sugar, caramel or caramel syrup. This will be a cheap product, but we can cut down the cost on logistics and other aspects. Further on molasses, we can set up natural aromatic chemical producing unit, where we can use byproduct of molasses as a feed material. In this, there are more pyrazines, pyrrolidines, and other natural heterocyclic compounds can be produced, and also jaggery and allied products. Also, we can think of many food products where the sugar level is more than 60%. Also, we can think related to bagasse and other value-added product. I am proposing a model. This is similar to a automobile industry, where the car assembling unit is surrounded by huge, hundreds of auto ancillary units. Similar that we can set up, or we can select to other agri products too, like sugarcane. We can take an example of barley, wheat, or corn growing areas. There we can set up similar products, similar manufacturing units. This will help the Indian farmers to get better price, and also the rural employment. Also, stop people from moving rural India to city. The village people movement. Apart from this is, so far I was talking about all the positives. I've been working, I've been doing business in India for the past 8 years as an Austrian company partner. I wanted to be open and also talk certain negatives. If there are more positives, there will be some negative points also. Though there are many positive signs in India, but I wanted to point out many negatives too. You should not be shocked by some bad experience. The top Indian officials may be wanting to bring many investments in India and also growth of India. Just I'm going to share my personal experience also. Since I lived in India, I'm just informing you that it is not as easy as doing business like Austria. Indian business climate is completely different from Austrian business climate. Whatever the support we get from top bureaucrats in India, end of the day, we need to deal with bottom level officers for long. So we may face many difficulties from the bottom line officials and also local politicians. If it is a small or medium industries, we need to pass through many hurdles. This is my personal experience. So what I am suggesting, choose a strong partner from India. We have to prepare ourselves to face many challenges which you may not experience in Austria. Incidental expenses like donations and other unavoidable expenses are always be there. Please keep this in mind. We need to have more tolerance, flexibility, and patience in doing business in India. And also, I'm going to discuss about employment part. Retaining a talent manpower is the biggest challenge. So always we need to have bare minimum or at least 10% increase in their salaries and their remuneration year on year. Why? Because in India, our inflation levels are high, and also each and every Indian family depending on private education and also private medical requirements. That is the reason we might have to think about more increment. Whereas in Austria, it is only 2 to 3%. I know very well. Many times we also compared with India. So these all you have to keep it in your mind. And the licensing part, though we have a single window system for approvals to start business, still there are some obstacles. There are so much of bureaucracies there when you meet government officials at lower level. We need to have a patience. My advice is list out the licenses required and they fix the time and prefer to work through consultants for each domain. Banking. On banking sector, you have to choose the correct bankers for your international transactions. You have to sometimes the bank services may vary branch to branch. The bank may be good, the branch may not perform well. It depends on the individual branch manager. Land. Purchasing a land is not as simple like Austria. So much local dominations obstacles will be there. So my advice is to go for an industrial area or set up a group of Austrian industries together, set up an Austrian business park. That is very much important. We need to manage them. So we need to work with some of the bottom level people also. We cannot keep complaining about everybody. So we need to manage. What I wanted to say here is work in the same line of business, develop the contacts, develop the network, and develop the new concept which suits to Indian business climate. Start as a small cluster of Austrian companies in one area, then you can move over a period of time wherever you want to start, or logistically it's feasible area wherever you want to do business there, you can move on slowly so that you'll get to know about more Indian business climate. Apart from that, I wanted to talk about our products. We are in, as I said earlier, we are into manufacturing of flavorings, beverage bases, natural extracts, and further other functional ingredients also. We support a lot of food processing industries. Our core competency on flavor creation, beverage technology, and encapsulation. If you want any further support on food processing industry, we have very good connect with almost all food processing companies in India. Please feel free to contact me. I'm here to support you all. Thank you very much. We are 8 years of food experience, food industry experience. We are flavored with fascination. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bhaskaran, for your presentation. There was a technical glitch with my microphone. That's why I'm now connected to you through the telephone with the audio. The camera is fortunately working. I would say with this, let's start with our Q&A session. With this, I would like to go on to the question from one of our Austrian participants. It's regarding the setting up of a company in India. We have heard that in the government of India has really made efforts to make the registration of a company in India faster, to speed it up. So can you give us an indication how long it takes for a company to be operational in legal terms? I'm not talking of production terms, but in legal terms. Either I would say Sanya or Bhaskaran, whoever feels comfortable, of course, Dharani, if you can take this question, please.
With the regulations that are here, it really depends. It's on a case-to-case base. But I think Bhaskaran, since he has gone through the entire process, I think he can answer this question better. Okay. A timeline to this entire procedure, it actually depends. It's on the discretion of the company and how comfortable they are with the legalities here. But I'm sure it does not take a lot of time if your paperwork and your regulations are in place. And we actually fast track the entire mechanism. Everything's there digitally, so it would not be an issue. But Bhaskaran, if you could tell us about your experience.
Yeah, it takes minimum of 3 months, at least 3 months. We need to pass through so many things. We have to work with the legal entity here. There are good legal companies are available who has a very big German connect. They speak German also. So minimum 3 months.
Thank you very much, Bhaskaran. If there are no more questions, I would like to draw your attention, ladies and gentlemen, in Austria to our upcoming events. We have planned for the next year. We will start off on the 21st of January with a digital learning journey. That means it will be a webinar on the future of money in India. You might have heard that India is very, very advanced and is really in the world-class top level when it comes to IT technologies, and IT and money is no exception. There are amazing things to be found out on this webinar, and hopefully we will have also better technical quality at that time than this time. And for all of those who would like to know more about Austrian companies in India, how they are doing, I mentioned in the beginning that we do have around 150 Austrian subsidiaries here in India. We all meet on a regular basis. Because of Corona, we have to do this digitally, and our next Austrian business circles, this is a gathering on of all the Austrian subsidiaries, the managing directors and the CEOs. We will meet on the 28th of January. So if you're interested in taking part in this Austrian business circle, please let us know and drop us a line. Then later onwards from the 14th to the 18th of March, we're going to have India Innovation Challenge Landing Zone. That will be an event especially for startups. We will introduce startup hubs. Also, most probably, we are not sure yet, but most probably we have to do it digitally as well. And the Austrian startups are very welcome to get to know the amazing startup hubs here in Bangalore and Hyderabad. This event will be webinar trends and offshoring opportunities in the IT industry. It's related to the previous event, and for all those Austrian companies who might be interested in offshoring their IT needs or software developments, this would be a good event to participate in. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to mention the WKÖ Exportradar. It's on our website, wko.at/exportradar. Exportradar is an instrument which has been developed by our headquarters, and it gives you, on a world chart, you just can click on it and you can find out where the opportunities lie in the different regions and countries you might be interested in, and it gives you really a quick and concise overview about the different regions in the world where business chances lie, business opportunities are, and where you might start also to be active and expand your businesses. With this, ladies and gentlemen, I think we come to an end. Again, my apologies for the technical glitches. Things can happen, but we are looking forward to hearing from you, from all of those of you who might get in touch with us individually. Please contact us at the Austrian Trade Commission here in Delhi. We are looking forward to hear from you. Thank you very much for your attention again, and I hope despite what always happened technically today, you will join us again and we will hear from you again. Thank you very much also to our speakers for your presentations. Thank you very much again. All the best to you, and I hope to hear from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.